of your tweets when we get back right after this. But right now, as we continue with the next story, 16 students of Gititu Mixed Secondary School were arrested after they got involved in a drinking spree. The students who have been locked up at Makuyu and Canal police stations engaged in the drinking spree after their school closed for the December holiday. Now, I don't know about you guys, but on closing day, what did you guys used to do? Did you used to take the bus? Were you waiting for your parents? Was it a party waiting for you in Tao? What was the vibe like on closing day? Macho? Yeah. Macho.
No, I would really be interested to listen from Mariam.
Let me tell you, there was no closing day that involved booze. I don't know if I was an extra good child or whatever, but there was no closing day that involved booze. It was just wait to be picked and then go home, or take yourself home, or take yourself home. But either way, there was just no booze. I'm looking at these kids and I'm wondering, and I've seen, like, this is the third story maybe this year, I don't know, or like this quarter that we've seen of kids either being very drunk and disorderly, or I don't know, orgies. It's so extreme, but now I'm just
Did you see the orgy story?
What brand? Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you, that would be a discussion we would never have had with my late father. Orgy, what? Macho, can you imagine telling your mother who sold her
you have been
land
suspended,
to take you to school, and you're like,
and you know the saddest thing about it, Amina, is that you will have to explain it.
I would never explain
like, you would have to tell them, why are you home? Then you would be like, nilipatikana, but you ni nini?
Nilifeel exam, Dad.
No, you know you have to pull up Bill Clinton. Even if the evidence is stacked against you, even if they have you on CCTV, deny.
I never had any sexual relations with that woman. I never did. Macho, what would you have said? And tell us the truth.
There is Mzee, I think last week, we saw a video of Mzee whooping, alichapa mtoto wake, akatoa hadi koti, endelea kutandika mtoto, ile uchungu unasikia kutoka kwa sauti yake, anasema, yani kila wakati mimi nitakuwa nikiitwa shule kwa sababu ya indiscipline yako. He, unfortunately, mimi kama mzazi, mimi nina feel, hiyo ndio kitu inafaa kuhappen kwa hawa watoto. Because, hakuna kitu hujui, kama unaweza kunywa ulewe chakari, photos are doing rounds on social media that you are blacked out and throwing up on the floor. This is not only reflecting on you, it is also reflecting on the people around your life, which includes your parents, because they're the ones who are going to have to come for you in that prison cell, wherever, on that floor that you're sleeping. Wacha nikuambie uwe mtoto mahali yako sahi, sijui kama anaketi. Tafadhali.
So,
excuse me, Mato, you still haven't answered. What would your parents or your guardians have said if they were called to school? And it wasn't because you passed your exams.
Yes.
It wasn't because now you have a scholarship, or you're now a prefect.
I think you're asking the wrong question. What would they have said? Would they have been time to say anything?
So
mimi zile kubwaba zingekuwa zimenifuata kwanza from the gate akiingia. Nitakuwa tu nimesikia the presence of my mom at the gate ashafika.
Let me ask you guys.
Yeah.
Amina, were you ever caught drunk?
Are you mad, fam?
No.
It's 2021.
Mariam?
No. It can
and
never
Matu?
happen.
Mimi sasa hata kukunywa nimekunywa ndio
I was never
drunk.
Where I'm leading with this is, by the time your child is being caught drunk, I think Matu is too late for the beating.
It's true, I agree.
By the time they are now drunk and they are all over the news, you are now beating them because you're protecting your name. You're not beating them because you want to change their behavior. That's the problem with that kind of a thing. Of course, times are changing, but also parents are not changing. That's another thing I realized when I saw that shut up video challenge. Did you guys see it? It was a while back, like a year back, when the mom was supposed to talk to the child and then the child tells them to shut up. And then they see the dad's reaction. And most of the dads were like, what? What?
Shut up, mom.
It's a madness. But Kwach, I agree with you. I don't think it's a beating issue. And I think that's a major reason why we're having such big problems with secondary school students in this country. Because our reaction to everything is violence. By the time someone is an adolescent, let me tell you, there's nothing you're going to beat into them or you're going to beat out of them.
I disagree.
I have to talk it
and
out.
that's why I said I disagree with you.
This is very true.
There's nothing you're going to get from beating like a person who's almost an adult. Also, you need to give them the grace. They were caught drunk, disorderly, illegally in an orgy. The fact that they were arrested and then they were still blacked out and people are taking pictures of them. First of all, I feel like that's exposing a minor in a terrible way. Yes. They're not in control of themselves and you're just taking pictures of them throwing up on the floor, whatever. I think it's an abuse by the police. Even calling them, even having...
They are children, Martin. They're children.
Misbehaved, drunk, disorderly, yes, but they're still young people. They're still children who need protection.
If you're old enough to drink, if you're old enough to have an orgy, you're not a child.
They're not old enough to drink. They're not old enough to drink.
I have completely refused because, Martin, we have different people who have been brought up in different environments and they know different things, right? So like they are exposed to sex way too early. They are exposed to drugs when they're way too young. And they have crime as an option for them to make money because they do not know any better. They don't have models, role models for that matter. They don't have people that they can look up to so that they can feel like, you know what, so-and-so came from my neighborhood, so I can also be such and such. There's a place that we went to in Dandora. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. And when we asked all of the kids in the area, the number1 person that they looked up to was being Nduthi rider. There's nothing wrong with you getting money from your motorbike. It's just that that's what they felt was the highest. That was their glass ceiling. So I feel like it's so unfair for you to say that if you are, old enough to drink, if you're old enough to have sex, if you're old enough to do this, people are exposed to different things depending on where it is that you do grow up. If you find your child as a parent, they're blacked out, they're drunk, they're high on drugs, don't attack them, don't beat them. Ask them why did they feel like they could escape and cope through drugs. Why is it that the only option that they had at the time was marijuana, cocaine, heroin, or meth, which are all available in this country? It is high time for us as parents, as elder siblings, to stop digging and hiding our heads in the sand and pretending like we don't have younger siblings who are addicted to hard drugs, instead of talking to them about the issues that they are facing. The hashtag is TT. Right after the break, I'm going to be reading some of your comments. At The Trend Live is our handle on Twitter. Do not go anywhere. Coming up right after this, your headlines, and then we get back to more trending stories.